Hello guys, you are welcome to my channel once again. It's your boy Emmanuel Bentum, and then once again I'm here to talk to you about what matters. My question today is: can Africa manufacture its own vaccines? That is the question I want us to answer, because it's been a whole lot of brouhaha concerning vaccines as to what the French are saying of coming to test. God knows whether it's a vaccine or it's something else they are bringing to Africa. You see, now what do we mean by vaccine? Now let's look at what the World Health Organization defines vaccination as. Now I'm reading from their website, WHO's website. They say vaccination is one of the most effective ways of preventing diseases. A vaccine helps the body's immune system to recognize and fight pathogens like viruses or bacteria, which then keeps us safe from the disease they cause. Yeah, that is one aspect. That is what vaccine is all about. You identify the pathogen, that is the virus at which you want to create a vaccine for. Now, it is being projected that by the year 2050, that the world's population will be 25% living in Africa. So what does that tell you? Currently, the population stands at 16% in Africa. So now, what does that mean? It means that there will be a lot of reproduction, there'll be a lot of migration into Africa. So now what does that also mean? Which means that Africa needs to start thinking about how they would survive themselves. You see, already over 20 million children are already, lacking from this vaccination. Immediately they are giving birth to. So now let's look at what our President Akufo-Addo said when on Sunday when he was addressing the nation as well. He was talking about this same vaccination issue, you see, and then he talked about what we call genome sequencing. And in manufacturing a vaccine, this genome sequencing is very, 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 very important. It is a vital process. You see, what does that mean? It means that you have to get a sample of these virus infected cases, and then you run through to see the pattern at which this virus operates. So when you get the pattern at which this sample operates, that is where you have a fair idea of how to work around it to produce its what vaccine. So now let's look at what the president said about this genome sequencing and what the Noguchi scientists are doing, and then why he also applauded them. I want to read the president's statement, or his words about this. He said the genome sequencing feat, he said, is a significant milestone in Ghana's response to the pandemic, as it will strengthen surveillance for tracking mutation of the virus and aid in the tracing of the sources of community infections in people with no known contact with confirmed cases. The Ghanaian scientific community is to be warmly applauded for this advance and contribution to global knowledge. Their work makes us proud to be Ghanaians, and who knows, God may work through them to discover a vaccine. What a triumph that would be. You see, the president, through the scientists in Noguchi, he applauded them for what they are doing, because for you to have a better understanding of how this virus works, you need to have a well knowledge. You need to have a fair understanding of how it works before you are able to manufacture any vaccine or not. You see, so you are supposed to know how it really works before you are able to produce any vaccine, and know how to produce this vaccine. Now, can Africa manufacture its own vaccine? Now let's look at it. So before the year 2010, all the vaccination for polio, meningitis, and all other things, Africa almost imported everything. Africa imported almost everything. So in the year 2010, about 12 groups of stakeholders came together to form the African Vaccine Manufacturers Initiative, which has been there since 2010. Now, the president made mention of this when he said that discovery illustrates the need to establish the enabling framework for sustainable vaccine manufacturing in Africa, and underscore the critical need to advance African-led partnerships to drive scientific innovation for the control of the viral diseases in vaccination. He said, Ghana, recognizing this critical public health tool, will support the Africa Vaccine Manufacturing Initiative, which is chaired by Noguchi's Professor William Ampofo, to promote the agenda for vaccine development and manufacturing in Africa by Africans for the world. It is not surprising. Professor Williams Ampofo, he made a PowerPoint presentation to WHO, and that is the report WHO is using concerning vaccination in Africa. So that is a wonderful feat Ghana has achieved. Ghana is actually a leading force in vaccine production. So we need to applaud Ghana as well. Ghana is really doing well, and for the president of Ghana to come out and say that they will support the Africa initiative to manufacture vaccines in Africa. My guys, it can be done. It can be done in Africa. Just that we need to support ourselves. Now, our leaders need to come together and support ourselves, not always relying on what the whites will provide for us and all that. Now they say they want to come and test, vaccine in Africa. Meanwhile, there is no there's no proven fact as to how the virus works for you to give a vaccine, which means that you know how it works. You have tested it and it works 100%, even on your people, before you send it out to others. My brothers, let's come together. Let's encourage our leaders to come together and support this Africa Vaccine Manufacturing Initiative for us to be independent of the whites and then and foreign aid. Ghana itself is fighting for Ghana Beyond Aid. To my brothers and sisters, let's come together to support this agenda, and which I know for a fact that we can manufacture this vaccine in Africa. We have the manpower. We have the people who can work on this. My brothers and sisters, let's come together and support. Let's support our own, and let's support what we have. Because when we do that, we will be free. Economic growth, security, and all this will be assured to us. So from the data that is here, Africa is leading. Ghana, to be specific, is leading. So let's come together and support this initiative. Thanks once again for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Give your comment about what I'm saying, because I'm of the view that Africa can do it. So God bless you. This is what I have for you today, and then God bless you. Try as much as possible to subscribe and comment. Give your comment on how it goes or how I'm doing, and then what you think about what I'm also saying as well. So God bless you for watching, and then stay blessed. Thank you. Bye.